I woke up to the IRS taking all of my money, and now my Panzer Dragoon Saga budget is dead.
So for the past few weeks, I've been building a budget to get Panzer Dragoon Saga. I started with a $2 Wii Sports, and I'm now, well, you saw the beginning of the video, my budget is dead. And that's because the tax man took all of my money. Okay, so I am here with my lovely wife, and she is helping me figure out what's going on because the tax man came to the door and took all of our money. Well, to the bank door, I guess. So I'm selling off a whole bunch of my collection pieces, games, consoles, all that good stuff, because we need money, and we need money really bad. But the problem is, even if we get money once we sell all these games and consoles and all that stuff, I don't know how we're going to get access to the money because the bank is down almost $2,500. That's what they took. And yeah, it kind of sucks because even if I do get the money, I can't withdraw it because the bank is frozen because that money's been drafted out. And I just didn't have that much in the bank, so we're trying to figure out what's going on. And I do have a check that will help raise up some money, but we still won't have enough to unfreeze the account, will we, Amber?
Okay, hold on. This says while your levied account is frozen, you can open a new one. So like open a new bank account.
Let me check this out. You can keep grabbing games for me, and that would make sense. So yeah, just go over there and grab. Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, don't grab the Saturn.
Why?
For real?
I thought we needed to sell stuff.
I know, but not Saturn. We don't need money that bad.
Okay.
So I headed to the bank and opened up a new account. I was nervous walking through the door, thinking they would see that my other bank account was frozen. But I went through it anyway, and it was a success. Alright guys, so here's the deal. I have to have money to, pay my bills and eat food and all of that stuff. So yes, I am paying the government, but I can't get any money from eBay or anything if I don't open up another account, because every bit of pennies and dollars or whatever that I make from eBay and whatever is going to go into my old account and go right to the government, and I won't have any money for gas, groceries, buying stuff to sell so I can have money to pay the government back. I didn't do anything illegal. I did something wise. But anyways, I put up a whole bunch of my collection, and I'm sure a lot of this is going to sell, but not just am I trying to sell video games to catch back up money just so I can pay my bills. I'm also trying to get the money back up for the budget because this is part of the series, and I've been working really hard on this. But I thank my friend because I'm actually headed to go pick up a bunch of clothes. We're headed there now, so wish me luck, guys. I need to make some money, so let's go pick up these clothes. This guy right here, well, this is Steve. He's Steve, that flipper dude. Steve was headed through town and was planning on selling me all of this already. Unfortunately, I had to tell him what happened, but he was super cool and said I could take everything and pay him off in increments. Now keep in mind, it was a lot of stuff. So I went home and got the van unloaded as fast as possible in hopes of getting to work on selling all this stuff along with my video game collection as quick as possible, just so I could start back where I was at before the government took my money. Not sure if I mentioned it, but Steve gave us a lot of stuff. All right, so this is us looking through everything. This is the stuff we are going to list and keep. But this is all the stuff that we could possibly sell, but we'd be sitting on it too long. So we're either going to consign it or take it to thrift. Some of this stuff is ripped up, so we can't keep that. This is everything. I mean, we have some good stuff here. So yes, it's a mess, but this is helping us get our money back so we can get Panzer Dragoon Saga, which I know Amber
cares most about.
4 to 6 weeks later.
So it's been about a month since we got all of those clothes and everything. Basically, I sold the Pikachu 64, some Wii games, some 64 games, you know, just some stuff to help bring some value and pay for everything. Also sold, I think, right at around $2,000 worth of clothes. So by the end of it, we were slightly over 2,500 bucks, which means we can get into the budget. So now that we've paid the taxes, we now can get back to the budget. If you recall in the last video, I was at $22 left in the budget, and then I supposedly spent 25 bucks, but he gave me a little money back, so the budget's really at $2. Then we sold off the Wii U and a few other games from the very first video, and we sold off the entire 3DS and Xbox 360 lot that I got at the beginning of last video. So that puts our budget now at $462.
I collect Sega.
Yeah, and Assassin's Creed is in the PS Vita. And it's still got the stickers and...
Okay, looks good to me. Okay, so I wasn't planning on this, just a question. Would you be willing to keep this and take some off for that?
what about for...
So I paid $460. It was $500, but the Mario 64, is this still working? It's on. So Mario 64 was fake. So I just asked her if she would take it down after she said $475. And then she said, would you just do $460, which was super nice. So I gave her the Mario back, and so I got all this for $460, which is still a really good deal. Now we have some money, and we're one step closer. Well, we don't have money, we just got rid of our budget. But we got money, we got games to make money. We're one step closer to Panzer Dragoon Saga. So where are we going now, Elijah? To go...
We're gonna go home. We're gonna go home and look at these games. That's what we're... This right here is a killer haul and only 460 bucks. Starting with all these PS Vita games, we first have Exist Archive. Actually, this has some decent value. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Basically, it's Sony Smash Bros. And Last Freedom Wars. I haven't played this before, but the art on the back looks like it would be a pretty cool game. Comment below and tell me if it's a fun one. Now, I rarely find Vita handhelds. It definitely has some serious fingerprints on it, which is normal. It just needs a good wipe down. Overall, it is in great condition. This is a slim, so it's nice and sleek, and thought about swapping it out with my white Vita, but after holding the both, even my wife said that the bigger one was a lot easier to hold. It did come with this carrying case, and I do believe this will sell pretty quick, and I should be able to get around 150 bucks. Now, I literally just sold off one of these from my personal collection, and lo and behold, here is another one. This Pikachu Nintendo 64, honestly, it's in great condition, and I was able to sell my last one for 370 bucks. This controller has a few dings on it, but it's still in great, nice, clean condition. The cables are not OEM, but honestly, that's not that big of a deal. Then we have 18 solid titles on the Nintendo 64 to look at. Starting with Kirby Crystal Shards, which I am super excited about this one, and here's why.
So listen, guys, I had Kirby's Crystal Shards, and I had to sell it a while back ago because, like normal, most people that do this full time probably need money, and I needed the money, so I sold it. So it's always good, you know, this is part of the cool thing about doing this business and hunting down games. When you need money, you can sell stuff, but you always find stuff.
Mario Party 1 and Mario Party 2, a little faded. Okay, maybe a lot more than a little faded, but still cool. Yoshi's Story also has some wear, but nothing to whine about. Donkey Kong 64. Then we have Diddy Kong Racing, such a classic, a racer game that involved a storyline and an adventure in between each race. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. A Bug's Life. Never played this one, probably never will, but the price shocked me. Toy Story 2. This is actually Keeper, and it's because of my wife.
I was actually shocked my wife actually wanted to keep this Toy Story 2. She told me a while back ago, she said, look, if you find Aladdin on the Sega or Super Nintendo or Toy Story on the 64, she said, I want to keep it. So yeah, my wife plays games. Don't let her fool you guys.
Xena Warrior Princess, very clean card. Was this a good game? Zelda Ocarina of Time. This by far is one of the greatest video games of all time. This one aged well and was re-released on multiple consoles. Silicon Valley holds value, but I'll be honest, I didn't enjoy it, but I don't mind selling it. We have both Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Paper Mario. Paper Mario is always good to have, and this one is looking crispy.
I've been looking for this one for a while, guys. And it is a super clean copy, as you can see. Hello. Paper Mario on the 64. So I'm slowly trying to build a 64 collection. So this is going in the collection. I am not selling this. But still, after I sell everything, I'll still do pretty well. And I think we're getting pretty close to Panzer Dragoon Saga. It's wild. From Wii Sports, and we're almost there.
Hey You Pikachu. And it does have the mic, and that cranks the price up by about 40 bucks. Pokemon Stadium with a nice shiny label. And last but not least, we have Superman. Probably the best 64 game of all time. This bad boy can be bought at a low price of about 15 bucks.
Nice.
So huge shout out to Steve, that flipper dude, for giving me all those clothes to be able to sell. It helped me get out of tax debt. And I would also like to thank Levi for hooking me up with a whole bunch of games so I could sell at the Louisiana RetroCon. And all of you that bought from me when you found out that I had this money issue, the tax man coming,